Today, we are going to explore the double-edged sword, Yellowstone National Park. First, I'll take you back in time to the origins of Yellowstone. Second, I am presenting you the best breathtaking attractions to visit. Finally, I will uncover the infamous magma chamber that lies underneath Yellowstone. Let's start off with the true nature of the park. When thinking of Yellowstone, it is commonly overlooked how it was founded. There were plenty of expeditions that made huge contributions. However, the most significant impact towards the creation of the park is the discovery of gold in Yellowstone in the 1860s. This would bring about a surge of expeditions. Environmental Encyclopedia, copyright 2011, reports that in 1871, findings of the U.S. Geological Survey expedition successfully urged legislation to create the first national park. Moving on to how the park first developed. Due to the lack of the park's protection, not only were people vandalizing it, but they set the forest on fire. Furthermore, they poached animals like the North American bison for their hide. In 1886, the U.S. Army took responsibility and acted as the park's rangers, remaining there until 1916, when the National Park Service was formed. You now know how the park was founded, but what about the current activities in Yellowstone? As we travel back to the present, here are the two most popular tourist spots. Number one in terms of popularity goes to none other than Old Faithful. What makes Old Faithful so famous is the periodical explosions of water and steam that blows over 100 feet in the air. All things considered, NPR, October 12, 2017, explained that Old Faithful is like a kettle pot, storing up pressure from the steam and never failing to blow in around 90 minutes. This unique trait of the geyser is exactly why it was coined the name Old Faithful. The second place you definitely do not want to miss out on is the beautiful Grand Prismatic Spring. Encyclopedia of Geography, copyright 2010, states that the Grand Prismatic is the largest natural known spring in the United States. Its diameter is nearly 370 feet in size and has a wide array of colors. Please direct your attention over here. The spring starts off with a deep blue at the center that transitions into a pale blue. The green over here is actually algae. As you progress further outside, you can see that there is a yellow that gradually turns into orange, finishing it all off with the red color that surrounds the rim of the spring. Careful not to get too close, however. The spring is a scalding 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Being in the water could mean third-degree burns in a matter of seconds. Speaking of scalding heat, let's get fired up as I take you on a journey to a supervolcano underneath Yellowstone. But before we set off, it is important to understand what the Yellowstone supervolcano is. According to Time.com, April 29, 2015, in addition to the 2,500 cubic miles of magma in the upper chamber, researchers have discovered another chamber that contains 11,200 cubic miles of magma. To put this into perspective, the amount of magma underneath Yellowstone could fill the Grand Canyon up nearly 14 times. One previous eruption has a recorded magnitude of 8, the deadliest a volcanic eruption can have. This begs the question I'm sure most of you are thinking right now. What are the chances this Yellowstone supervolcano erupts? It can actually erupt in the immediate future. If the Yellowstone supervolcano were to erupt, it would have worldwide effects. The ashes falling down would cover the sky for thousands of years. In the last 2.1 million years, there have been 3 eruptions with an interval of 600,000 to 700,000 years. The most recent eruption was 640 years ago, suggesting that we are overdue for one. Today, we explored the double-edged sword, Yellowstone National Park. First, I took you back in time to the origins of Yellowstone. Then, I presented you the best breathtaking attractions to visit. Finally, I uncovered the infamous magma chamber that lies underneath Yellowstone.